Big Blood er Caleb og Colleen, der bor i et hus i Portland i staten Maine. Som en duo og sammen med de mennesker, de deler huset med, laver de underlige popperler iblandet alle mulige og umulige inspirationskilder, som de gør en dyd ud af at udgive selv i sindssygt smukke indpakninger og i absurd små oplag. De siger selv, at de ikke aspirerer efter andet end at lave smukke ting for folk at se på og lytte til.
Yeah, I'm never bored with Portland, and I decided a few years ago that I was just going to stay here. I just kind of let things drift to me, and that's part of what this store is like just sort of a net to catch all the things that are drifting around. Some people come to all the shows at the store here practically. Sometimes it'll be like political folk music, sometimes it's, you know, harsh noise, and sometimes it's like some free jazz and just any kind of different bands.
I don't even think of what we do as folk music. People love to say it's folk music, or experimental, or abstract, or acid folk, or psych folk, all these different terms that mean I fucking don't even know what that means. I'm just like, whatever.
I think it's pretty accessible in a lot of ways.
When somebody uses the word accessible, I think of somebody like your mother.
Okay.
I do. I think of your mom, and I think how would I just, if your mother asked me what kind of music we played,
Right.
I would probably say really quickly, we play pretty weird music. I usually say weird music. Oh God, that's a good
I'd be
question.
like, well, you know, Caleb and I just play music together. We record it. And we put it out ourselves. It'd be hard to say without feeling like it sounded insincere to say that, like, we just make music for ourselves. I think we've said that, like, maybe when people have asked us.
Wait, I mean, it's not just for us. I mean,
No, but I mean,
it might be for like some people in the house, or you know, we play with Brendan sometimes.
Like, we're not, like, writing music about, I don't know, like, cocaine and whiskey, you know? We're writing songs about our fucking daughter, you know, because she's great. And it's like a way of just dealing with what's going on in your head, you know? And that runs the gamut from, you know, friends who you've lost, to frustrations during your day, to, like, the world picture or something that you might have heard. But Caleb has this really great quality about some of his songs where the lyrics are so heavy, and then he'll pair it with this, like, really fun, like, upbeat music. Not that the songs are fun, but they're just, like, they're pretty rocking, and they're really fun to play on.
I don't have a rule for what we do, but the only thing I'm really concerned about is that we don't. I really want to just be able to do whatever we want. So I don't want to be tied to a genre or a type of music or any type of thing. So it's really important for me and Colleen to kind of go in any direction we want to go in all the time. And I feel like our music does kind of go in all different directions. Like even on one single CD, there might be all kinds of different types of songs or pieces or improvisations or sound pieces or all these things. I never really was able to be in a band where I wanted to listen to the music ever, because the process of making a record in previous bands was such a kind of diplomatic, democratic process, and 6 people. That's a lot of politics that go on in writing music, and by the time you write music and record it, it can be a long fucking time, 2 years before you even really get to hear what you've done, and usually by the time you hate it, you never want to hear it again, you know. But Colleen and I, we try and make them as fast as we can with no regard to anything, just fucking get it done. And when you actually go back and listen to them, you feel like you've heard it a million times. You might be hearing it for the 3rd time, the 4th time, you know. Like when we did this, you consider who you're working with, or never an audience that I don't know, people that I can't imagine. I couldn't even imagine doing that. I've actually thought about that, like people that make music for... You hear sometimes musicians say things like, I want everybody to like my music. And I couldn't even imagine, like, who is everybody, and how do you imagine that audience? I mean, what determines that? Like, I remember my favorite thing in the world to do when we were on the road was to cancel a show and not play it, and just hang out with our friends. So I think for me, it was always more about the friendships and stuff like that. People could be hearing their music by now if they had made those decisions along the lines, and they've always eschewed that. They couldn't really see a reason to do that. They couldn't see a benefit from it. Colleen and I have made a real point of like trying to sell our CDs cheap, trying to like, we don't number any of them, so that I don't want it to be a collector thing, you know. I don't want it to be, not that I don't want it to be, people want to collect things, that's fine, I don't care about that, but I don't want it to be like, I don't want the artifact to be more important than the music itself. I think
it's not concern like to make money through music. I think Caleb and I both talked about this a lot. Like the second we would try to make money off the music, it would just ruin it. It's the same with art. You know, even though I'm trying to make a living off of like partial living, but I don't mind my job either. Like I really like my job, and I love having something that separates me from going nuts trying to think of how to be creative all the time.
I think Colleen's art and music, all of it's the same thing to me. It's all the same. She's got a straight tap.
If they wanted to do stuff that was popular, they would play, you know, I don't know, dubstep or something.